Former MP Emmanuel found guilty in Jasmine case. The Court of First Instance of St. Martin delivered its judgment on 26th of March 2026 in the criminal investigation Jasmine concerning 3 suspects. In essence, the Jasmine investigation concerns irregularities in the issuance and / or application of building permits and in the tendering of several government projects following Hurricane Irma during the tenure of Emmanuel in his capacity as Demissionary Minister of Public Housing, Spatial Planning, Environment and Infrastructure, ROMI, of the country St. Martin. During his term as Minister of ROMI, Emmanuel was ultimately responsible for the issuance of building permits and the awarding of construction projects falling under the ministry. In this context, Emmanuel was found guilty, briefly stated, of accepting bribes, abuse of office, and fraud. The Court of First Instance of St. Martin sentenced the now party leader to an unconditional prison term of 29 months for these offenses. In addition, the suspect will be disqualified from the right to be elected, passive suffrage, and from holding public office for a period of 5 years. The proven offenses constitute serious crimes. They largely took place in the period shortly after Hurricane Irma, which caused significant destruction in St. Martin. The country was in the aftermath of this disaster and focused on reconstruction, a process that fell partly under the responsibility of the suspect's ministry. In his role as minister, the suspect held a public example function, and the highest standards were expected of his conduct. However, the suspect demonstrated a striking lack of moral awareness regarding the trust and responsibility entrusted to him by the country St. Martin during this period. Through his actions, he seriously undermined public trust in government. His conduct also has a destabilizing effect on society as a whole and has caused significant reputational damage to St. Martin. The fact that the offenses were committed some time ago does not diminish their seriousness. The court did take into account that the reasonable time within which a suspect should be tried, according to case law, had been exceeded. This criminal case has undeniably had a profound impact on the suspect's life. As a public figure in a small community, his reputation has been damaged. However, this is not considered grounds for reducing the sentence, as these consequences stem directly from his own actions. The court further noted that the suspect's statements regarding his connection to St. Martin and his involvement in society are difficult to reconcile with the seriousness of his conduct, in which he placed personal gain above the national interest and gravely breached the trust placed in him. The importance of general prevention also weighs heavily in this case. It must be beyond doubt for society that conduct such as that of the suspect is unacceptable, as only in this way can the integrity of St. Martin's public administration be safeguarded. Suspect D was also convicted by the court. He was sentenced to an unconditional prison term of 11 months for co-perpetration of abuse of office and bribery of the former Minister of ROMI in relation to the issuance and / or application for building permits. Through his actions, solely for personal financial gain, he seriously undermined the integrity of a minister, and by extension, public trust in government. Here, too, the court took into account the exceeding of the reasonable time for trial. Finally, suspect B was fully acquitted of all charges brought against him. Suspects Emmanuel and D, as well as the Public Prosecution Service, have the option to file an appeal within 2 weeks of the judgment. The judgments will be published on rechtspraak.nl as soon as possible. Don't drop the soap, Christopher.